Amarilys.
Here we are at almost 11 o'clock again. How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was very interesting.
Oh, crap.
Well, so, we've reached a new era at the Gillespie house.
Yeah.
And so this year we have children who are old enough to have significant others, right? Mm-hmm. And so in our little Christmas festivities, we incorporated them, which was very fun. Isaac's girlfriend, Haley, shout out, is a listener to the podcast.
Yay.
Yeah. Isaac sent me a text not too long ago, and he was like, hey, you came up as Haley's #1 podcast on Spotify this year. And I was like, I was so excited. And then, of course, like, Avery's boyfriend was like, you have a podcast? And I was like, yes, I do. And so, of course, he had to score some points. So
Has he been listening?
He's been listening.
That's hilarious.
So shout out.
Our first 18-year-old boy listener.
Shout out, JD. So, yeah, he's been listening. And he said he likes it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I told him we were going to give him a shout out today.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we incorporated them into our Christmas festivities, which was fun and different. Because, like when you just have your kids and stuff, you just kind of go by the flow and do whatever. But when you have, like, real people there, you have to, like...
You got to behave.
You got to zhuzh it up a little bit. And so...
You got to make them think you celebrate differently.
Yeah, you got to be like, we have snacks and...
We have traditions.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So, which we do have a few little traditions. Like, we always do Christmas pajamas. So, I got them Christmas pajamas. And then... we always do a movie and stuff like that. So, but JD really got the raw end of the deal because his family does something really nice. And they go to New Mexico to his grandmother's house, which is in this beautiful, like, backwood, like,
I've seen the pictures.
Christmas card greeting, like you've gone to Olin Mills and dropped you in the center of a backdrop.
Yes.
And so he and his precious family.
For our millennial listeners, Olin Mills is
used to be a place where you took pictures indoors, but they pretended you were outdoors.
Yes.
So they took Avery for this 10-day ski snowmobiling Christmas magical getaway. And so she's sending me pictures like she's on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
She's in a Hallmark movie.
Oh, honey. Like she's snowmobiling.
When did she go? Because
they left Christmas night.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, like, we do all of our stuff like Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
By Christmas morning, 10 a.m.,
done.
we're done. So they left Christmas night, and they are going to be together for 10 days. They will not be back until Monday.
Wow.
So that's going to be a real test.
They drive out there?
Yeah, they drove out there.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so she's living the high life. Like, they play games, and they have, like, somebody come in and teach them how to paint, like a cute little painting. What? And, like, they made gingerbread houses. Like, it is legit.
They're a better family than we are.
They're so much better than we are. And she's going to come home to the ghetto, and she's going to walk downstairs and step on that tack strip where I have not replaced the little wood threshold because our dog dug it up about 10 years ago.
I've got one of those right there.
Yeah, and
where the cat has.
And I just don't want to go to Home Depot.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna tap that little foot on that tack strip, and it's gonna bring her back into reality.
And then you've lost her.
I've lost her.
You've lost her.
Yeah. I mean, she knows now that we're just not great.
Dang it.
Yeah. Thanks, JD.
We had a quiet Christmas. We didn't do. I mean, it was just quiet, and it was fine. But the day after Christmas, I was down here watching television. It was late. It was like midnight. And, of course, the girls were asleep. And, around 11 or so, Rhett comes downstairs, and he says, I'm restless. I'm just going to go to Walmart. And, he's like, I'm just going to get out, go to Walmart, and go to Waffle House or something.
Oh, yeah.
So he did. He came back about an hour later. And I've been sick, like, last time I had that voice. And I'm not sick now. I just have leftover stuff, and I still have a cough. But I couldn't smell because I've got so much gunk in my head. It's not COVID. It's not COVID. I can taste.
She couldn't taste either, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I just can't. This happens to me when I get stuffy. I can't smell. And so he walks in and he says, "It smells like gas."
Gas in here in your house?
Yes, like natural gas.
Girl, that will kill you in your sleep.
And I said, "Okay, well, we need to call the police." I didn't know who to call. Like, I didn't know if we called the gas department or...
Yeah, like 911.
Right. I didn't know what to do. So I called like the non-emergency line at the police department.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent over, they said, "We're going to send the firemen over." And I said, "It's midnight by now."
Said, "Can you do it without lights?"
I said, "Can you please not have the sirens on and no lights?
Yeah.
I don't want my neighbors to freak out. I don't want to wake everybody up."
Yeah.
So, of course, they came with the lights on.
They were like, "It's
They
Christmas."
didn't do the sirens, but those lights are, you may as well be at a Hollywood premiere where it's like, I mean, they're so bright.
Yeah.
And so they came in, and apparently there's probably just something like in the garbage that was smelling, and I can't smell it. So, like, you know, it was just there.
Well, I hope you know now that you've put that in my head, I'm going to smell gas when I get home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do it every time. Somebody talks about smelling gas, I'm going to smell gas when I get home.
I'm sorry. It was fine. They came in, they measured everything and looked around everywhere. And,
Oh, well, that's good information to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll come check it. I mean, they don't want the neighborhood to blow up.
Well, no, that's a silent
I
killer.
mean, this is a significant neighborhood to blow up. I mean, it's a lot of houses in this little neighborhood.
Absolutely.
So Christmas, the day after Christmas was spent with some firemen. So we had to wait. Like, I woke up the girls. I was like, "Everybody get up, put your clothes on." And Nova was like, "Oh, we're going to die."
Oh.
And she was crying, and she gets freaked out when she sees police and firemen.
Yeah.
She, I got stopped one time. I accidentally ran a red light. Like, it turned red above me, and so I got stopped. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, are I going to jail?" Wah! And I had to tell the policeman, "Will you take a second, or will you tell your partner over there to please go talk to my little girl?"
Because I get arrested pretty often, and she's kind of
She's
scarred
got
by it.
PTSD about every single time that y'all take me in.
Yeah.
So she was freaking out. Anyway, but it was fine. Then everybody went to bed.
Merry Christmas.
Then I went to the ATL.
Oh, yeah.
I just got back today. My cousin was there.
How was it?
Oh, it was fine. She's great.
Good.
She's great. She was there with her little family.
Aww.
And she's got a little girl named Juliet.
That is such a pretty name.
Her wife's name is Janelle.
Yeah.
So I said that like I'm laughing at it, and I'm not laughing at it, but it's funny because I asked her, I was like, "Were you trying to make a portmanteau of y'all's name?" You know what a portmanteau is?
No.
A portmanteau is when you take two people's names and make one name, like Benifer. Or whatever partners.
I didn't even know that had a name.
Like Rhett and I are Retrospective.
Oh.
We have our own portmanteau. Thank you. Or Amaret. We're Amaret or Retrospective.
Philip and I would be Millip.
Yes. Or Miss Phil.
Or Fisty.
Miss Phil. Miss Phil.
Or Fisty.
Fisty. I might not go with Fisty.
No.
No.
We've got so many great
There's
varieties.
a lot of options.
Yeah.
But anyway, so their names are Aliette and Juliet. I'm sorry, Aliette and Janelle. And so they took the J and then the ETT.
And made Juliet. Well, that is really
that funny?
cute.
Yeah, it's a really pretty name.
Did they mean to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
I think it's pretty.
That is pretty.
I like it a lot. Okay, so it's almost 2021. I mean, 2022.
I was about to say.
Please, let's not do this year over again.
Where did it go? That's what I
don't
wanna know.
care. I mean,
You want it
good
gone.
riddance. Yeah.
Goodbye. Don't say that.
Yes.
Out of this catastrophe, On the Dock was born.
Yes. No. Just 2021 specifically is just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, listen, it's just not been a great year. It's just not been a great year. We were struggling up through the summer, just kind of like plowing through because of the pandemic, and it's just kind of, you just feel like you're walking in molasses all the time. You know, it's like, it's hard to get around.
Yeah.
And then we got hit with COVID, and we got hit hard at our house, and all of us got it. And then some stuff happened just in our personal lives. That was a big mess. And it's just been hard to kind of get through this second half of 2021. And boy, on December 23rd, I took Catalina to Target, and I was in my car waiting on her and just playing on my phone, just waiting on her to, yes, I did let her get out by herself to go Christmas shopping. She's fine.
These free parents.
She's 15. Yeah, she's 15. She can get in and out. And I'm sitting in my car just playing on my phone, and then I look up, and there's smoke coming out of the hood.
And you have a past with cars catching on fire.
We have a past with cars catching on fire.
Not good.
And also, that was the second time in about 2 weeks that car has started smoking. The first time it cost us $1,100 to repair. So it was just a lot for me to take in the day before Christmas Eve. And I was just like, I just can't take it anymore. It ended up being a really simple, thank God, a really simple repair that was not a big deal, and they fixed it. It was totally fine.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot. It's just, I'm ready to be done.
Well, let me tell you what happened to us on Christmas Eve night. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
So my sweet Eli, who never gives anybody a moment's trouble, right?
Right.
We're all getting ready to go to my mother's, and we're, just kind of getting our stuff together and everything. And he comes bebopping in, and his bangs are gone.
Oh, yes.
And Avery turned his head towards me, and she said, "What is this?" And I said, "Oh my gosh." And he had cut, literally, I have a picture. We should post it on the doc website. He just cut his bangs off.
Where'd he get some scissors?
Girl, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I was probably wrapping gifts, and he just walked in there and got them. Well, anyway, he cut these bangs off. I don't know where the hair's at. Never found the hair.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably down our air vents, because that's where he likes to put stuff.
Right.
Remember that time he pooped in the air vent and covered it up?
Yes, yes.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, there's no way to fix this, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not...
Time to shave it.
I don't like buzz cuts. I don't...
Yeah.
I'm not one of these, like, summer cut, buzz your kid's hair off. I do not like it.
Doesn't Philip have a buzz cut?
Well, Philip has what he refers to as a widow's peak. Philip's got a real deep widow's peak. It's been widowed a couple of times.
Yes.
And so at some point we decided, because he used to have kind of a pompadour kind of thing. Yep. And I don't like men, my men, to have more product in their hair than I do.
Than you, right.
And so I said, I'm just not feeling it. And so he likes to keep me happy. So he said, well, what do you want me to do? And I said, well, I say just shave it off, because your face is so handsome.
Right.
You don't even need hair.
Yep.
Like, nobody's...
Show it off, baby.
Nobody's even looking from your forehead up.
Yeah.
Just from that forehead down.
Yes.
And so I said, show it off. Because just like on America's Next Top Model, you have the face to carry it off.
Yes.
And so he did, and he's handsome. But not on little boys. Like, I like my little boys to have cute little, like little bangs and little swoopy hair. And like Isaac has real curly hair.
Yeah.
And so
also, Isaac's not a little boy, but okay.
He's so cute.
He is cute.
He's 21.
He's 21 years old, and he is cute.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what are we going to do? And Philip was like, we have to buzz it. And I immediately, we also have a video of this we can post.
Yeah.
I began to sob my eyes out. Eli is dying laughing. Like, he thinks it's the funniest thing that's ever happened to him. And he buzzes it off. And all I could think to myself was that scene from the, have you ever seen that movie, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas?
No.
It's about a concentration camp.
Yes, I
knew that. And a very rich little boy and a little boy that's in the concentration camp. And all I could think about was that little boy with that buzz cut in the concentration camp. And I started bawling my eyes out. And Philip was like, you're an insane person. Like, what are you doing? And then I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, like, he looks like one of those kids who have Walmart feet. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little kids who like chew a lot of gum and put it in their hair, and then their moms have to like buzz them off, and they never wear shoes in Walmart, and so their feet are black. And so I was like, he looks like a Walmart feet kid. And Philip was like, that's not true, but that's all I could see. So anyway, I cried about that. And then...
He's cute as can be.
I mean, he is very cute, but I don't like that haircut. But Philip got some gel and kind of whatever. But anyway, it's going to take a while before I mean, I'm not getting his picture made anytime soon, I'll tell you that.
I think he pulls it off.
What? I mean, he's got my DNA, so he can pull off anything.
That's
but
true.
It's just not his look, okay? It's not his. He can't, like, do this thing where he...
Right, this is radio.
You know,
So
I'm sorry. He can't do that, like, swoosh to the side thing. But then, afterwards, I got over the whole haircut thing, and we're giving him his gifts, and he loves this... Greedy Granny game.
Yeah.
So it's like this little thing, and you put all these snacks on Granny's tray, and she's asleep, and you pop this crap. Emerald's just told me not to touch this table.
Don't touch the table. Don't make any knocking sounds.
And then you push the button on her recliner, and then she, after so many times you do it, she pops up, and the snacks go everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, we found this game that was kind of like the reverse version. So it was called Grouchy Couch. And you put the snacks on the couch, and you press the button until the couch, like, eats the snacks.
Okay.
Like, the snacks fall in. So you would think, oh, well, he'll love this. We also have a video of that where we present it to him very excited, and he screams to the top of his lungs, not again.
Not again.
Not
I saw
again.
that one.
Not again. Not again. Not again. So, yeah, he hated his Christmas gifts, and he cut his bangs off.
That sounds like a successful week.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Okay, so what we want to do today is... Or tonight. It's like the freaking middle of the night already.
I know.
It's 11 o'clock at night.
But this is how we're going to keep this show. One of your requests for next year is that we give you guys more content.
Yeah.
And so this is how we're going to do it.
Late at night, we're going to sacrifice.
Late at night, we're going to sneak out of our house, or I am.
Yeah.
And we're going to meet over here, and we're going to do our podcast because
kids ruin everything.
They're so annoying.
Kids ruin everything.
Every time we make a plan... Somebody's sick, or somebody's got to go to the doctor, or...
Yep.
Ugh.
It's a pain in the butt.
It's pain.
It's a pain in the butt. Okay, so what we want to do is just go through all the documentaries that we did over the year.
Yes.
And just kind of briefly, and some of them we may not even talk about because there's nothing to add to it. But there's a few that we want to talk about. Yes. So we started off the year with American Murder, that Chris and Shanann Watts documentary.
That piece of garbage.
Oh, my word. What a piece of
Why did you have to start me off mad?
Well, I'm sorry. That was the first one that we did. Yes. Okay. There's an update on that one.
I hate him with the fire of 1,000 suns.
We knew he was awful before, but listen to this.
Oh, you're going to make me madder.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Okay.
I'm about to make you mad. And I'm quoting this from, I don't even know from what. I found it online. But in June 2021, so just 6 months ago, Inside Edition, you know that show, Inside Edition?
Oh, my mama used to watch that while she cooked dinner.
Oh, yes, yes. They reported that further confessions from Chris Watts to a pen pal. In multiple letters, Watts explained that he had planned the murder for several weeks and that the OxyContin found in Shanann's system was given to her by him, hoping to end her pregnancy. He thought it would be easier to be with Nicole if Shanann wasn't pregnant. And he also offered new details about the murder of his daughters. He tried to smother them in their beds at home, but failed.
Oh, my gosh.
So, part of the thing was that he did that. He got so mad that night at her that's when he killed her.
Where's the jailhouse justice?
Well, he's in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah, somebody needs to have a shank in their bed somewhere.
Well, yes. I hope he goes to sleep scared every single night.
And not alone.
And not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with a bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just, what an awful man.
He's terrible.
What an awful man.
Ugh.
So that was January. Then we talked about, in February, I think, maybe? Was it February? Maybe? March. Framing Britney Spears.
Britney
Big
is
updates
free.
with Britney. Okay, you know what? Something that we meant to talk about that day and we never did was Avery met Jamie Lynn.
She did.
You sent me a text. You were like, you're not going to believe who's here.
Okay, so my daughter literally, like, right before we did that episode, she was working at one of the, like, little tournament softball games in our community, and they had lots of different little softball leagues from all around different states and stuff. And she was working the concession stand, and this lady comes up and orders something, and Avery, who is just like me, like we can't not say what's on the tip of our tongue, said, "Are you Jamie Lynn Spears?"
No, she said, I've heard that Jamie Lynn is here.
Oh, you're right. She's actually better than I am. She said that she was thinking to herself, "Oh my gosh, that's Jamie Lynn Spears," and she said that she looked at the woman and said, "Hey, I see that you're from this certain, I'm not going to say what name it is, the softball team. And I've heard that Jamie Lynn Spears is here. Do you know her?" And Jamie Lynn took off her sunglasses and she said, "Yes, it's me." And Avery said, "Can I get a selfie?" And she said, "Yeah." And so they took a picture. Now, this was before
we knew about
that
Jamie
Lynn was doing some shady business, okay? And look.
Did you say, how is that Destin condo that Brittany paid for you?
How is that going? And so, anyways, I told Avery, I said, "Well, hang on to that. That might be worth some big money one day. Who knows?"
Unlikely, but okay.
Doubtful. But it'll be fun to show your grandkids.
So she's got pictures with Jamie Lynn.
Yeah.
All right, so there's big news since all this happened.
Right.
I mean, this Free Britney Spears movement that they talked about, that totally was the reason that she now has no oversight on anything, because they never overturn conservatorships.
That's the reason she can get her IUD taken out.
Can you believe that?
I've never in my life, before like this whole documentary and all this, I had no idea that something like that even existed for an adult person that was not literally committed in a facility.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it makes me wonder. Like, I still wonder. I don't know. I mean, what do they know that we don't know? Or maybe they are really as bad as everybody says they are. Yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, you know what? I hope that she is happy and healthy, and I'm glad that she's free, because that is...
Me too.
Because even if she was not doing well mentally, she will never get better with that monkey on her back. You know? She'll always have arrested development.
And I'm sorry, but y'all been sucking from that teat long enough, okay?
For real. And she's done.
And she's done.
She is done.
Like, she got her handsome man. She still got her body looking how she like it.
Yeah.
And she wants to go on vacation. She wants to get married. She wants to have some babies.
Yeah.
Let the girl live.
Listen, I would like for Brittany to learn a couple of new poses in front of her Christmas tree. I would like for her to not always look like her mascara is running down her face.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
You know, I have wondered myself if that is like a reverse smoky eye that she does.
Maybe.
Like what she would normally do on the top.
Maybe that's one of the reasons she was under a conservatorship.
Maybe, because that makeup's always been looking a little day two.
Look, I do not have Britney Spears' figure, and I envy her figure, but I need for her to rein it in.
Well, here's my deal. I love you, Brittany, and she is a beautiful woman.
Yes.
And talented.
She's got the world ahead of her.
And honey, all the money that now you've got at your fingertips, baby, get a makeup artist.
Get a makeup artist.
Please.
Go to the Clinique counter. They will teach you what to do.
Yes, they will get you some Q-tips and clean that up under there.
Yes.
Maybe she likes it like that.
Coconut oil will handle that.
Every night, that's what I do.
Coconut oil will handle that. I don't know why it does that. I mean, is it a shadow?
No, I think she likes it like that, honestly. I mean, it's looked like that in every, like, photograph I've seen of her that's not professional. She has that, like, under shadow underneath her eyes. I think she likes it.
Also, her hair looks a little hay-like. And I don't know if that's just years of color.
There's a real definition between the natural hair and the extension.
Yes.
That's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think she's just, you know what I think it is? I think she just does not care. And I think it's because she's been controlled and she's been, you know, made to look certain ways and have hair certain ways and makeup certain ways, that I think she just hit what we all hit at like 40, when we're just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Who
the
cares?
good thing about getting older is who cares?
Yeah, who cares? If I want to roll out of bed. Now, look, I'm not trying to put on booty shorts and do headstands like my girl over there.
No.
But if I could, I would.
Right. Listen, if you would like to be like Britney Spears, here's I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Okay.
When you're asleep, just sleep on your back so that the back of your hair becomes very tangled and has like a big giant knot in it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you make sure that you keep your mascara on at night so that in the morning when you wake up, you've got a little present just underneath your eyes.
Well, I can tell you how to do this because I do this every night. If you'll just sleep directly on your face and rub it back and forth about 4 or 5 times.
Perfect.
To get yourself adjusted. Now, on turn 3, Philip's going to say, "Can you please stop moving?" And then you finally get adjusted again and you'll fall off to sleep. And when you wake up, you've just got that
perfect mascara face.
Reverse
smoky eye.
Smoky eye.
And then put on some booty shorts to show off your amazing abs.
Or even some men's boxer shorts.
Yeah, because your body's amazing.
Always a floral top, Rose.
Yes, not a top, a
crop.
A crop top, yes. Almost always off the shoulder.
We'll just go to Avery's closet. She's got all these things.
And then put your thumbs through your belt loop.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
And shift your weight left to right.
Uh-huh. And if you can, just go ahead and take a pair of scissors and just cut the entire button to the top of the zipper off of your waistband of your jean shorts.
It's perfect. Mm-hmm. Boom. Brittany.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. And then after that, we did Don't F with Cats. Nothing really to talk about there except for Luca Magnotta is a lunatic.
But can we please make an apology real quick?
Why?
To one of our best friends and most avid listeners, our friend Darcy, who after we did...
Oh, yeah.
After we did the episode Don't F with Cats... Again, Darcy and Chris, I love you.
They still decided.
After this, they came to us and said, "Guess what we're going to name our baby?"
Luca.
And he is the most precious
my gosh.
baby doll human I've ever met.
I want to eat him. I want to eat him for lunch. He's got like the biggest chicken
Gerber
thigh
baby.
legs. You just want to.
Oh, he's the cutest thing ever.
He's so cute.
And now I like the name Luca. So
we've associated it with good.
You changed my heart. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sorry we kind of stomped on that name.
No, she did email. She was like, message.
"Hey guys, guess what?
guess what we're naming our kid."
But she was so sweet about it. I would have been pissy.
I would have been
if it was me, because I was so like, that is the best name. Like when I was naming my kids.
Yeah.
Like my mom didn't like the name Isaac when I first came up with it. And she was like,
Does she hate God?
Not really. She was just like, "Couldn't you pick a different one? Like a different Bible one?" But she was like, "Oh, Isaac? I don't really know." And I was like, "How dare you?" Like I was angry about it. Like she was so sweet. Those pregnancy hormones, I would have probably brought a knife to church and cut me. Yeah.
It wasn't our fault.
It wasn't
our fault. We just, he was named after some basketball player,
Yeah,
actually.
we didn't know any better.
But he's the cutest thing ever. And Luca's a great name.
It is a great name.
Luca's a great name.
Love it.
When I named Catalina, so my family's Cuban, right? Mm-hmm. And that side of the family all has accents. And I always say that my husband's side of the family, Rhett, his side of the family all has accents because they all talk like this. And
what is that supposed to mean?
They all talk like this. They all talk like you.
Offensive.
I can turn it on and off. I grew up in small town Alabama, so I know how to turn it on
Catalina.
and off. So I always knew my whole life that when I had children, their name would have to be pronounceable by both sides. So
smart.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want like my I don't want to say my sister's children's names because they haven't told me that I could do that, but like Avery's name.
How would like your family that are not from Jasper say it?
They would do it phonetically, the way it's spelled and the way you spell it, which is unusual. So they would go Avery.
Yeah.
And her name is Avery.
Right.
Or Isaac. Isaac. Yeah. Eli. Ellie.
Ellie.
Or Eli. You know, like it wouldn't.
Okay.
Like it. I wanted a name that would be pronounced the same in Spanish and in English.
Right.
So, like, one of our boy names was Lucas, speaking of Luca, was Lucas, because Lucas is Luke in Spanish. So, Lucas and Lucas are the same.
Right.
And my daughter's name, Catalina, is Catalina and Catalina. And so I thought, okay, that's both ways. It's Catherine in Spanish.
I did not know that.
Catherine in Spanish. And my mom says, that is awful. That's what we name our cats.
What?
I was like, well, that's too bad. Because that's what I'm calling her.
That's what I'm calling my baby.
That's what her name's going to be. And now she's fine. I mean, my mom said now the person defines the name, really. But
I remember the first time I heard her name, I thought it was so unique.
I love it. Catalina. Like, you can say it both ways. Mm-hmm. And my little one, Nova, is the same way. Nova and Nova. Uh-huh. So I knew that I couldn't name her something that they couldn't pronounce. I didn't want to live my whole life with her mispronouncing my kids' names.
Right.
Or my dad, too.
Yeah.
The whole family.
Yeah.
So, anyway, then we did Motel Kids, which we don't really have anything to add to that. I know some of those kids actually went on to success. They worked hard and got scholarships and all that, which is good.
Yeah.
And now we're back to my very favorite one of the year. We had some good ones throughout the year, especially in the second half of the year.
I wonder if your favorite is the same as my favorite.
It's Courtship. It's my very favorite.
My very favorite.
I have never had more fun doing an episode than Courtship.
Can I tell you a little secret?
Yes, of course.
I've maybe listened to it 12 times.
I listen to it all the time because
I love
it's so
listening to it.
It just reminds me how much fun we had when we did it.
Yeah.
It was so fun to do.
I think what was so fun about it was we really did not have very many listeners
we didn't.
When we did that one. And you can tell. Because we were not trying to censor ourselves.
We did not censor ourselves.
Whatsoever. And look, could we get backlash from it now? Yeah, probably. I don't care.
We don't care because we had so much fun.
It's so funny, and we had so much fun. And today, that was one of the ones that
Did you look it up?
I re-listened to. And
you listened to it?
Yeah, I re-listened to it.
We had somebody from the Pod Squad that said that one of their favorite parts this year was on a courtship. When Misty said even if she was locked in the basement until college, it wouldn't drive her into the arms of Ron.
Well, that still holds true today. And let me tell you something else that a courtship gave me, and that was a real appreciation for dental care.
Oh, yeah.
And how about as soon as I watched that?
Orthodontia mostly.
Girl. That and just general upkeep. I mean, I made an appointment for cleaning as soon as I was done watching it. I was like, that ain't happening to me.
There are updates on courtship. There are significant updates.
Really?
Kelly is still single. She lives in, they were in Michigan. She lives in Hickory, North Carolina now because...
Tell me not in somebody else's basement.
I don't know where she's living. I know she's in Hickory.
Well,
she teaches dance still.
No,
and
she lived the best...
some MLM thing.
She lived the best years of her life underneath Don and Ron's bedroom.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
She is still single, and Ron and Don and their two daughters are now itinerant ministers. They are traveling evangelists.
Are you telling me?
They will do pop-up tents or like those big revival tents. And they do something called a Luke 10 ministry. I don't know what it is. I've just kind of stalked their page a little bit. I didn't really bother to click the link because I just didn't care. And they do some sort of like training, like scripture training. And then they talk about like casting out demons and yeah. And their daughters are still with them, which means that they've not courted yet, I guess.
I'm going to guess they're single.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they've not courted yet. Yeah, definitely single. Mm-hmm. Dawn has got a beautiful new bleach job.
Oh.
Gorgeous. Yep. Ron looks exactly the same. He's a couple pounds lighter.
Well, she better watch out because remember that animalistic draw they had to one another.
Sizzling. Hot. Animal magnetism. Yeah. Yeah, they've got to be careful. And maybe that, maybe that's just a good way. Changing up your hair color is a good way to keep, the spice going.
If she goes and gets a new airbrush t-shirt, it's over with.
It's done.
Forget it.
It's done. The big news is that Ross, saxophone playing Ross, remember? Saxophone playing Ross.
That little Kenny G.
He lives in Oregon now, and he got married.
Aww.
He has 4 children, 4 little boys. 2 of them were a pair of twins that were just born this summer.
He knew how to play more than that saxophone.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He doubled it up.
Well, it just tells me he knew right away that Kelly was not going to be his baby mama. Yeah.
He could not be having Ron lurking around there. No. But, as I listened back to this episode, one thing that did stand out to me that we really didn't take advantage of was the way that Ron and Dawn use their limited space. And we've had kind of an issue with space, recording space.
Yeah.
And I think I found the solution. If we'll just get a minivan.
Oh, crap. Why have we not thought of that?
And set up shop in that.
Just in the car.
Yeah, that's where they would go and have their
meetings.
It was in the back of that van.
Their slave labor future meetings.
Where they would secretly say, this one's thinking about courting Kelly, but don't tell her.
We can't let it happen. She will not clean our house if she goes away.
She will stop cleaning out those litter boxes.
We will not have a babysitter. We will not have a maid. And we will not have anybody to take care of our chickens.
No, ma'am. And I'm not missing Monday nights at Golden Corral. Forget it.
No.
That's when they pull out the chocolate fountain. Goodbye.
Right.
Right?
You're right. This is something we've not considered.
Yeah.
And it's something to really.
It really is. So if anybody's got an old van.
We're down for it.
We're down.
Yeah.
The acoustics in there
We can't do it in your driveway because Avery will surely run into it.
Oh, for sure. Cause immediate damage to it.
We'll just have to park it in my driveway.
Yeah, we'll
get rid
both
of that hoopty out there that we need to give away, and we'll just put it right there.
Yeah, if it's in mine, we'll both be wearing neck braces.
Yeah.
Within a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, yeah, that was totally my favorite one of the year.
Yes.
And then,
you know what? I got so many people messaging me and texting me about that one too. Like our friend Stephanie, I'll never forget, like she was going on a road trip during that one, and I guess she was listening to it and like texting me things that were making her laugh when she would get to stoplights or when she had to stop for gas and stuff. And she was messaging me the whole ride down there, and I was dying laughing.
Well, it's funny because we both grew up in church in conservative circles. And you said you didn't really know anybody like this, but I did know people like this. But we sure enough did grow up around purity culture.
Oh, yeah.
And now as adults, we can see the value of some of that, and then we can see the real harm in a lot of that.
Right.
And we're not the only ones that have seen it. I mean, and so all these people were messaging us saying, oh my gosh, this is totally what I went through, and I've seen this, and this is why this doesn't work for me anymore, and why I'm not teaching my kids this.
Yeah.
It sort of backfired on the purity culture movement.
And when you have little bitty kids and you hear this kind of sweet kind of thing about purity and you're reading storybooks, you can almost buy it.
Sure.
But then when
idealism.
When you get a real teenager,
and those hormones are going,
those hormones
and you're
kick
feeling
in.
some real things.
It's not gonna hold.
Yeah. My second favorite one has to be Mommy, Dead and Dearest.
Is
to
that
me,
really?
I think it's an underrated episode.
I will be honest, it's not one of my favorite episodes.
Shut the front door.
It's not.
Oh my gosh. I think it's so funny.
You
I
do?
love it. Yeah, I do. I just think it's such a fascinating story, and it was like an easy one to sort of pick apart. I loved it. I had fun doing that one with you.
Yeah.
But apparently you did not with
I
me.
did. I had fun doing it. But, like some of them will do, and I say this to you sometimes, like we'll do some and I'll be like, I don't think that one was that good.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, oh, we loved that one. And I'm like, why?
Why? What possibly was great about
and then
that
I'll be like, oh, this one's going to be really great. And then it's like crickets.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
You never know.
All right, so there is an update on Mommy, Dead and Dearest. She says Gypsy Rose Blanchard, of course, is in jail. She says she's not happy that her mom is dead, but she is happy to be out of that situation.
Hey, girl, I do not blame you.
I mean,
how about I would want to be rid of that feeding tube too. That's not cute in a two-piece.
She got instantly healed the second her mama
and
was
her hair's
killed.
Pretty.
She's turned out to be a really cute young lady.
Yeah, she's a cute girl.
She said she has more freedom in prison than she ever had under her mother's care.
Well, yeah.
And for the first time in decades, she was allowed to grow out her hair and eat regular food and walk without any assistance.
And drink a darn Coke.
Drink a Coke, right. She could do anything she wanted within, obviously, the walls of jail. Now, she's super young. I forgot to check, see how old she is right now. But she's only got a couple more years. She's only got 2 more years before she can get paroled.
Really? Do you think they'll parole her?
Oh, yeah.
I think they will, too.
She'll be she's not a danger to society.
But old Johnny Graham, what's his name?
Nick Johnny Graham? Nick Go to John. He's in jail forever.
Forever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. He needs to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was the mastermind for sure.
And he seemed to enjoy that a little bit too much for my liking.
Well, he's the one who actually did the killing.
Yeah.
So she just facilitated it. Mm-hmm. So she'll definitely be out on parole.
Not that that's not bad, kids. Like, don't set it up for your mom.
Yeah. Accessory to murder is never good.
It's still bad.
It's never good.
Don't worry about it.
But I guess if you have to choose between being the murderer,
well, it's not even
being the accessory, you always want to choose accessory. You never want to be the actual murderer.
Or just sell Bibles.
You could do that too.
Whichever.
I suppose.
One of the others good.
So she'll be eligible parole in 2024.
Okay.
All right. Then we did the pickup game, which still makes me want to throw up, and I don't really want to talk about it again.
I don't want to talk about it again either, and I'm kind of mad you made me watch it.
Okay, sorry about that.
I made you mad when I made you watch Motel Kids.
That is true.
So, listen, we do not always love each other's picks.
No, we don't.
Let's just be honest. We're giving you a little behind the curtain on the doc today.
I guess I picked the last one, so I guess I have to watch Grey Gardens.
One time, Amarilys, I believe it was Motel Kids, Amarilys told me it was the hardest thing she's ever had to watch. And that she was miserable the entire time, and that she had to sit down 4 different times to finish it.
Yeah. Also, Grey Gardens. No, I ended up loving Grey Gardens, but to start it, I had to, it took several times to get started.
It makes me not even want to be your friend when you say that.
Are you breaking up with me?
I will if you say that again.
What are our 20s and 20s of fans going to do?
I don't know.
20s and 20s.
They can just call me. I'll give them my phone number. You know, when we started this podcast, we were all like, we're not going to say our family's names. No. We're not going to say.
Here's our address. We're
not going to say where we're from. We're not going to say da-da-da, because we were, so concerned that we were going to be so famous.
Yeah.
I mean, little did we know.
Well, Jessica White
the
may
wonderful
still come.
Whites
He may still come. Yeah.
If you say that again, I'm going to take medicine. You know that made me nervous.
Okay, I forgot. I think I skipped Wonderful Whites in talking about this.
Good, because it got me in trouble.
I think I did. When did we do that one?
We didn't. That was somebody else.
Oh, I missed a couple. Let's see. We did, I totally did. After a courtship, we did Wild and Wonderful Whites.
No, we didn't.
There is no update on Wild and Wonderful Whites.
I've got an update.
Except for we have been in touch with Jessica White. He does not like us. He is not part of the 20s and 20s.
He called us B words.
He called us B words.
Yeah.
He was tired of us talking about his parents.
And I didn't think that we did.
Also, we loved his mom.
I loved his mom.
We said nice things about his mom.
Best gal out of them.
Yeah. So, settle down, Jesco. He must not be named.
It's Christmas.
Settle down.
Goodness.
All right. So then was Mommy Dead and Dearest. And then we did Queen Mimi. That was somebody's favorite when we asked it on Facebook earlier. I don't remember who that was.
Oh, was it somebody's favorite?
Yeah, it was somebody's favorite.
I loved Queen Mimi. I know it wasn't so exciting or a huge story, but I just thought it was sweet and fun and cute.
Brooke Dwyer. She said she found us a couple of weeks ago, and she grew up in Montgomery, and she lives in Texas now, and she really liked Queen Mimi.
Thank you, Brookie.
Did you call her Brookie?
Brookie. I give everybody nicknames.
Oh my gosh. Brooke, we're so sorry. We don't even know you.
I'll call you
but
Amy.
We're so grateful that you listen.
Amy.
What'd you call me?
Amy.
Do not call me that. I have a line that I've drawn, and it's that. It's that.
Really?
Well, friends, this may sound like it's the same day that we're recording, but
it's
not. A trick.
It is not. Because
we are so stupid. This will let you know how big of an amateur at podcasting we are.
not only do we record on card tables.
No, these are tray tables.
Sorry.
Yours is from Aldi and mine is from Bed Bath & Beyond.
That's right. But mine's better.
Yes, yours is newer.
She always gives the guests the best one.
Absolutely.
So, so the other night when we were recording what you've just listened to, we finished recording it, and it was phenomenal.
It was one of the
Probably
best.
the best podcast we've ever done.
The best one we've ever done.
Laughter ensued. There was
hilarity ensued. We were on fire.
We were on the floor. Okay. Yeah. And then, as we do, Amarilys said, let me play this back to see if we've banged the table or if we've laughed heartily into the microphone.
Yes.
And she said, oh my gosh. And I said, now this was, what, midnight?
Oh, it was the next day.
Well into the wee hours.
Yeah, wee hours.
And I said, don't you dare tell me that we did not record that. And she said, not all of it.
Well, I thought it said that the card had failed.
Yeah, card failed.
But that's because I didn't have my glasses on. And then I put my glasses on, and it said card full.
Full.
But we didn't know at what point the card got filled up.
Right.
It turns out it was right here at the Lula Rich episode.
Right. But now, while we have just one moment before we start, I need to make a corrections corner, please. Because apparently, now please know that we had come in straight away from holiday.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I was overcome still by the Christmas spirit.
This was New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I had not been drinking. I had not partaken in any type of a street or legal drug. But for some reason, I told my stories like I was lying. Because
they're more entertaining. Embellished. They were embellished.
Like they were embellished.
Yeah.
And I went back and I listened and I was like, well, that's not true. And they were my own personal stories. Correction number 1 is Eli did not cut his bangs off on Christmas Eve before we went to my mother's. He actually cut them off when my best friend came over the night previously for us to have what we call BFF Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so that's one correction that I had.
That changes the whole story.
Well, she's my best friend. She'll get mad at me.
Oh,
She'll be like, why did you tell people that happened and I wasn't there?
I don't know, Shelley, because Misty compartmentalizes her friends.
Shelley?
She has Shelley
Shelley's
on the one end, and then she's got me on the other end.
Right.
Yeah.
Shelley is my best friend since I was 14 years old, and she doesn't like me having other friends, Amarilys.
I'm sorry,
So
Shelley.
I can't introduce.
I'm no threat, sister.
I can't introduce you to her.
Okay.
Because we both are very territorial of each other.
Okay.
And so
She can have no friends either?
I'd prefer she didn't.
Okay.
Why would she need another one?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Why do you need another one?
Fair enough.
I think we've answered that question.
Well, I think I need another one for the times when you're with Shelley.
Well, she works a
I
lot.
need a backup friend.
That's why you're Brett. So anyway, now I can't remember my other correction, but it did not happen
But
then.
just know that at least one other story was a lie.
At least one other story I didn't tell correctly.
Right. Well, hopefully it was at least entertaining.
Always.
Okay. So anyway, so our next one after whatever it was before, I don't know what it was.
Who knows?
Who knows, was Lula Rich.
Lula Rich
holds a record for that episode for our highest listened to episode of the whole year and a half that we've been doing this.
And we thought it was garbage.
We thought it was terrible. When we were so excited about doing it, and then when we were done, it was like, well, that was not good at all.
Like we listened to it and we were like, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna like that.
Apparently, what we have here is we are really bad at podcasting. We have no idea what's good or bad.
And what we think is terrible, everybody loves, and what we love, nobody wants to listen to.
Well, I don't know why we even bother doing this.
Because we just...
I guess if it entertains us.
Because
maybe.
nobody else will listen to us.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
But people love moldy leggings.
They do.
And they came out in droves. Actually, many of our new subscribers Can I say that?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Sure.
Yeah, many of our new subscribers, listeners, found us because they were searching up Lula Rich.
I mean, everybody wants to take a look at those leggings.
Well, and also,
I just threw away some leggings. It's January, and so I've been doing some cleaning. I haven't hit deep cleaning yet, but I've been doing a little decluttering. And just yesterday, I grabbed a stack of leggings. They weren't all LuLaRoe, but there was like 3 or 4 of them, and out.
do you know what I've been doing?
What? Oh, you can cut them up and use them as cleaning rags.
You could.
Yeah,
You could.
They're so soft.
I don't like to clean. But what I do like to do is watch TikToks of people cleaning.
Oh, yes.
And then,
almost the same.
And then I get really excited and I pull out a bunch of like Tide and I'll boil some water.
Yeah.
And I'll squeeze a bunch of different colors in my toilet and then I'll get bored and then I'll leave it. And then Philip will come home and he'll be like,
he's gotta clean.
What have you what has happened? And I'll be like, I was cleaning, and he'll be like, you've created a mess. But while I've been watching
Did you
these,
show him the videos, though, on TikTok?
He
But
thinks-
Philip, look.
well, he thinks I'm weird because I found it, and then I found these people who crumble up hard baking soda. Have you seen these? Okay, so people take gym chalk or cornstarch or baking soda, mix it with water, and they dry it, and it turns into bricks.
Okay.
And then it's just videos of people's hands crumbling it up.
Is it that ASMR stuff?
It is, but I don't like I don't care about the sound. I just like watching them crumble it up for some reason. I don't know why. So I've made my own
Oh, my gosh.
baking soda bricks, and I've been crumbling them up when I get stressed out. So
You need a fidget spinner.
on top of my fridge, I look like an old woman who saves like pickle jars. You know
I
those?
think I saw some baking soda bricks in Grey Gardens.
Did you really?
No. That is a crazy thing.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have been making baking soda bricks and putting them on top of my refrigerator because I'm embarrassed for people to see them. And then when all my family goes to bed at night, I sit in my living room and I crumble them up.
Oh, how big are these bricks?
They're the size of a Chinese takeout.
All right, y'all can't see it, but she just used her hands, and that was not the size of a Chinese takeout.
Dinner
That
portion.
was like the size.
That's a Hunan dinner portion. I have one drying right now. It takes 3 days.
Holy crap!
And so I have to make...
Does it crumble easily?
Oh
or?
my! It is the most satisfying feeling. I think mine's more. I don't care about sound. I like to touch things.
Yeah.
So to keep myself out of jail, I touch baking soda, and so you like it starts off hard and you crush, and it just like velvety crumbles, and like it's so soft it feels cold, and it is so calming
Okay.
to my
Has Eli
crazy
found
brain.
these bricks yet?
No, Lord, not yet, because he would just ingest them all.
Yeah.
Because, he ate,
Or it would be all over your house.
yeah, because, he found all of his, P.S., if you have a child who believes in Santa, please remove them from the room for a moment. 1, 2, 3.
Meanwhile, they're like, Mommy, what does believe
What
in
does
Santa
believe
mean?
mean? You should believe. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we bought stocking candy for all 3 of our kids. How about Eli Gillespie because I have to lock my door because he'll get in there. He has learned to take the screwdriver that I used to open it because I've lost the key 4 years ago and learned to unlock it. Tell me he did not unlock that door, go in there, eat every stitch of candy. There were 3 bags of candy. Ate
Oh, my word.
every stitch of candy, locked that door back like a burglar, and acted like nothing happened.
Look, Eli is a genius. He just is
Don't I?
nonverbal, and so you don't know exactly. But that boy
Yeah, he
does
doesn't.
some things that you are just like, you will change the world one day.
He does not have to explain himself. What a wonderful world that must be.
I'm a genius. I don't have to talk to you.
And I don't have to tell you anything. So anyway, but yeah, so Lula Rich.
So Lula Rich is our highest listened to episode. And these people, I can't even believe they're still in business. And you know what? Speaking of TikTok, I was doom scrolling the other day on TikTok. And sure enough, I ran into like 2 or 3 people that were selling
How are people
LuLaRoe.
still selling it?
I don't know. I guess, in that episode, I don't know if you remember, but I said these things happen to MLMs all the time. They get outed for something, or they do
Right.
something that was illegal, whether it was intentional or not intentional. Leadership gets bad, whatever. It happens all the time. And if it's a strong enough MLM, I mean, and we're talking, these are billion-dollar MLMs. These are not like Jamberry that we talked about. They went bankrupt.
Yeah.
And so they don't exist anymore. But they were not a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
So if a billion-dollar company like Lula Rich goes under, that's a big deal. That's a blow to the economy, right? And I'm not talking, it wouldn't be like a blow to the American economy, but these microeconomies, it would be.
Yeah.
And so they have to do everything they can to keep them going.
So they just rebrand.
And I don't know how they've rebranded. They're still LuLaRoe, but to their credit, they've just kind of ignored the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they just kind of kept going.
Well, and P.S., if anybody's in need of some Jamberry, I have about 1,000 sets left over from when I was a Jamberry consultant.
At an outstanding price.
An outstanding price.
Yes.
I don't know that they'll stick
You know
on your
what,
nails
Misty?
anymore, but
Instead of having that Zoom call that we talked about with our new friends,
yeah.
we'll just have a Jamberry party at your house.
Let's do
Gentlemen, you
it.
can come too.
Get your blow dryers out and let's melt these plastics on your nails.
Wait a minute. Did you never buy the little
Oh, I have
heater?
2 heaters.
Okay. I was like, you're
Yeah.
not a real professional Jamberry person without the
2.
heater.
Girl, I had a team.
Yeah, you did.
Don't play with me.
Okay, yes. Then of course you're going to have the heater. I got a heater too.
Yeah.
It was after I had used that hair dryer for too many times.
Ridiculous.
That heater was a revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Changed everything. Okay, so after Lula Rich came, one of the most fun times we've ever had doing an episode, Gwen Shamblin,
Oh, Gwenny.
which is our second highest
Right.
listened to episode.
Almost as high as her hair.
Almost as high as her, not quite.
Not quite.
Almost as high. But I think that's when I started putting things up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it generated listenership because you can't know what you have to look
have to
up.
see it.
Yeah, you have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
You can't just hear about it. And you just have to, you got to Google some Gwen Shamblin to
her
really get a
daughter
full picture.
is a real life ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a redheaded ghost.
I mean, I've never seen transparent skin
I
like
love
it.
that you called her powder because that is.
It does it not.
She's a ginger powder.
She is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I wish she'd put some weight on. I do.
She's not gonna.
She's been on the way down too long.
Okay, but she's also had some huge tragedy in her life.
She has.
She lost her mom and her husband, and
Right.
before that, she also had Gwen Shamblin as her mom. Period.
She was also
So-
bony before that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's struggled before.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there's no updates on that. I mean, it's kind of all the same. There is a new series that's coming they're saying it's the first quarter of this year. Not a new series, a second season.
To the
like
way
the second
down?
part. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because is that church still up and running?
It is.
I don't see how.
I don't see how it is either, but it is still. They have because they're a cult of personality, and Hannah runs it now. Hannah and her name's Elizabeth Hannah. I keep calling
Hannah and her
Hannah.
sisters.
Yes, no, she don't got no sister. She's got it's Elizabeth and Michael,
The brother that sings.
the brother that sings, and they're running the church now. They're in charge. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, who knows how long they'll be there. One of the comments on our YouTube channel was like, Remnant's about to go bankrupt. Now, I don't know if that's like an opinion or somebody has some insider knowledge that they just dropped on a rando's
right.
YouTube channel. But,
Well, you would think they'd have some more lawsuits coming.
oh, I can't imagine they don't. I can't imagine they
Surely.
don't. But this new season is going to be, like when they were filming this, they didn't anticipate that Joe and Gwen were going to get killed.
Well, I want to sue them for having to watch Joe and Gwen frolic about in their kitchen floor. I've got some
Agreed.
trauma.
Yeah.
From that.
Also watching those country music videos
Oh.
with a bomber jacket.
Wow.
His bomber jacket.
Tarzan. I cannot handle it.
Anyway, all right, and then we had what do we have after that? Grey Gardens,
Oh, my personal favorite.
your favorite. Not my favorite, but I mean, I enjoyed. After it took me like 4 or 5 times to watch Grey Gardens.
It almost ruined our friendship
Yeah.
that you
after
said that.
Yeah.
How about,
There's
I
some
bet
friends.
you cannot ever boil a pot of corn again without thinking about them.
Never. And I boil corn all the time. I just never do it bedside.
Or serve a soft dish of cat food without thinking about their pate.
No. I had that for an appetizer last night.
Every time a cat hair floats down on my cracker, I think about them.
Corn silk and cat hair.
Corn, silk, and cat hair.
Sounds like a great country song. If Joe was alive, we
If
would just
only
send
Joe
it to
was
him.
alive.
Oh my
Maybe in
gosh.
memorial of. We
Oh,
could
we also
create
did.
that.
We also did Tiger King. I forgot about that.
Oh, that
we
was this
that
year.
Was, that
Yeah.
was 2021.
Which we've not finished.
We've not finished, and we keep telling people we're going to, and we haven't scheduled it yet. I'm over Tiger King.
I kind of am too.
I'm over it. Listen, unless there's a mass,
Do y'all care?
yeah, do y'all care? I
'Cause
was
we're
just going to say,
tired
unless
and-
there's like a mass cry out.
I've got
Just
ADD.
please
I can't
do it.
even remember it.
Yeah, you know what? They're just crazy people. And like now there's a new one, Doc Antle.
Yeah.
There's a new one that they've, so yeah, I
That-
think, you know what? Let's just say it. We're not going to do a second part.
Let's just be honest.
Let's
We're
just
not
be
going to
honest.
do what we say.
We never do. Ever.
we-
Except this time we are definitely going to do Beanie Babies next.
I will lie about my own personal stories, and I will lie about what I'm going to do next.
Yeah, those are kind of unintentional, but yeah,
I'm fine with it.
you've come to peace with it.
I have, yeah.
All right. And then we did the fight. The I call it the Great Light Fight, but it's not. 'Twas the fight before Christmas. Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
He's got a YouTube channel now, and it's called The Christmas Lawyer. The Christmas Lawyer. And for every 500 new subscribers, he gives away $3,500 in free legal care.
Here's what I want to know. How does he have 500 new subscribers and we don't?
I can't understand it.
Because listening to him talk makes my teeth hurt.
Because America.
America. Nuts.
Do you know, you were asking, I don't know if you remember, but you were like, I wonder what religion he is. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, he's Christian, or he
Well,
might
I
be
thought
Mormon.
he might be Mormon.
Yeah, if he was Mormon, they consider themselves Christian too. But it turns out that he went to Liberty University, and so that tells me that he's an evangelical Christian.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of, yeah, because you don't see very many Mormons over in Lynchburg, Virginia
Yeah.
at Liberty.
Well, I mean,
So there's no update on that because I don't think that I can't think of the word. The appeal has come.
oh yeah.
Has
We
come
just hope Christy has found a friend.
Oh my gosh, Christy.
And
I kind of, on the one hand, I want to reach out to her and say, you can be our friend.
Yeah.
But as we know, we can't have other friends.
well, he will straight up sue us for being her friend.
Yes, but also she's very supportive of him. And she should be. He's her husband. That would be a real conflict for me.
I don't know that I agree with that. I don't support everything Philip does.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, he does a lot of things that I don't generally support, such as he wants to take up biking.
What?
Yeah,
That's new.
that's new because, well, he's got bad knees,
Yeah.
and he likes to keep it trim and fit.
Yeah.
And so the running has been killing his knees.
Yeah.
And so somebody had said biking.
Yeah.
You get the same kind of cardio thing. But then he came home and he was like, they said if I bike, I'm going to have to wear these shorts with gel pads in the butt. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I can't support that.
Also, have you priced a bicycle lately?
It's a small fortune.
It's a small fortune for a good bike.
I mean, I said, I've got one downstairs. The tire's bad, but you can pump that up and take it. And he said that won't do it.
He doesn't like bicycles with flowers on them.
I mean,
probably.
mine's got a basket. He could put his pre-workout in there, his energy
Put an extra gel
bars.
pad?
Yeah, whatever he wanted. But oh no, we got to go to cycles of whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right, now it's time for shout outs.
Shout out.
All right, I want to shout out somebody who has communicated with us a couple of times and who I know we would all be fast friends. Maybe not with his wife because apparently she does not like us. Benji, we want to reach out. We love you.
Yes.
Thank you for reaching out to us. Listen, I have somebody else that you can call, and you're not alone.
Yes.
We have another male listener, and his name is Dwight. So shout out to Dwight.
Which I love that name because I love The Office.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. This Dwight is nothing like that Dwight.
Okay. Well, that's upsetting.
Their haircut is kind of the same.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding, Dwight.
Whoa,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But Benji, the point here is you're not alone. It is not just just women that listen to us. Although it is the majority, we do have men that listen to us, and I know for sure, Dwight, shout out, you do too.
And Benji's wife, Benji is a trendsetter.
Oh gosh.
Do you know the mass amount of men that are going to start listening to us just because they heard Benji was listening?
Thousands upon thousands.
Thousands upon thousands.
Upon thousands.
Not my husband.
Not my husband.
But a lot of other ones.
Other people's husbands.
How about there's another male listener, and I've shouted him out before, Mark Carson.
Thank you very much.
My
Why don't you just give out his address too?
I'm sorry, his name is Mark Carlson. And my best friend Shelley's husband.
Yeah.
An avid listener. She calls herself my best friend. I think she's listened to 5 episodes. Maybe.
Well, listen. If you need a break from your so-called best friend.
But Mark, as soon as that bad boy drops, I get a text.
Mark, thank you.
He's the best.
Thank you. So see, Benji, you're not alone.
That's right.
And you tell those teenagers that we are hip geriatric mamas.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I get hit on at the gas station at least
Constantly.
once a month.
Is that the only time you go get a refill?
when I wear my young people pants.
Young people pants.
They get confused by the distressing on my pockets. And then I turn around and they're like, oh, excuse me, ma'am.
I thought you were much younger.
But from the back, wow.
I mean.
Yeah.
So you tell those teenagers to get on the ball.
Yeah.
Also, that one teenager, that one college student, soon to be college student, that's headed our way, please give him our email address. We will be his Alabama mamas.
Absolutely. If he breaks down on the side of the road.
We will call Philip and tell him to go pick him up.
Yes, we will call Philip. If he just needs somewhere to come hang out, because we love to hang out with teenage boys. Just tell him we're watching a documentary. Come on down.
Would you like to rephrase?
We love to hang out with other people's children.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Benji has reconsidered his support.
I have a college-age child myself, and I love hanging out with him.
Okay.
You have a gutter mind.
I didn't know.
You have a gutter mind and a debased mind. The Bible says you're not supposed to have that.
Okay.
I'll meet you in the altar on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm taking your breath
So
away.
that's it. That's all I've got. Do you have
That's
anything
it.
else?
We were going to read one of our
yes.
reviews. Y'all, we've been getting the sweetest reviews, and it just keeps us going because won't nobody else tell us we're good.
Yeah. Also, our love language is words of affirmation.
Absolutely.
You ain't got to do anything for us. You don't have to send us presents, although we will accept them.
And before this, my love language is giving myself words of affirmation.
Because nobody else does it.
Yeah, self-love, self-talk.
We're sad people. We're sad people. I'm so glad we found each other.
Me too.
All right, this is from nickname taken 4 times.
Oh.
I keep coughing. Okay, she says, y'all, I stumbled across this podcast while searching LuLaRoe 7 days ago. 7 in all caps. 7.
7.
And today I finished binging all episodes. My poor hubby and kids could possibly be a little neglected at this point, but hey, I'm sure they'll be fine eventually. I listen with my AirPods in while I clean, cook, work, etc., and people just stare at me when I crack up laughing out loud. Keep going. I can't get enough. You know what's interesting about that?
Thank you, nickname times 4.
No, nickname taken 4 times.
Oh, taken 4 times.
That's a different person.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. This exact review could have been written by either one of us because we listen to ourselves so much.
Maybe it is me.
Is it really like, no,
it's not me. It's not me. Although when we did first start out, I made my 16-year-old write a review.
Oh, the first 5 reviews are my family.
Oh yeah, I was like, please write a review. But now real ones come in, and we're just like in shock.
What is happening?
It's so cool, and we're like, we also broke the top 100.
Yep.
What number were we?
At one point, we were 27. I don't think I told you that.
Number 27
In our category.
In our category of after show podcasts in the U.S., not even in Norwegia.
Not even in Norway.
Norwegia.
Norwegia's a different country. You know what? We have to podcast because neither of us are smart enough to do anything else.
I promise you, that public school system failed me.
I went to private school, and now it's just my brain. It's not that smart.
It's fine. It's all right.
All right, listen, I will see you next time when we talk about Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies!
Beanie Babies. We're going to do Beanie Mania.
Did you have Beanie Babies?
I didn't have.
You were rich. Why didn't you have Beanie Babies?
Well, you have to remember I'm older than you are, and
I can never tell because your skin's so beautiful.
that's true.
It's true.
That's true. I was right out of college when beanies hit big.
Okay.
And I didn't have any kids, and I had no reason to collect them for myself. But I did watch the whole thing go down. Like I had friends that had children that were buying them left and right, and so we'll talk about it.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
You do not want to miss this episode.
You do not want to miss it.
Yeah.
All right, so this was your 2-in-1 episode because there were 2 times we had to record it. But listen, you guys have an awesome 2022. We're really, really excited about what's to come. And we're going to try really hard to stay on a schedule and instead of just doing this. Well, even now it's not even a schedule. But how about to stay on a more regular content release? How would you say that?
I don't know, but I vow.
Release content more regularly.
I vow to put this before cleaning my house. I vow to put this before parenting my children.
Yeah.
I vow to put this before working out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really making a commitment to y'all.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.